by the way.
And I'm Cameron.
You gave me this look. Okay, come on, your name. Don't forget your name.
You always introduce yourself, and when you don't introduce yourself, my heart skips a beat. She didn't say her name.
Her name.
What do I do?
Okay. So I hope you're enjoying the new year. Are you enjoying your new year?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Is it?
I
know you're super happy because you recently got something very special.
I got a new computer.
Like a really nice new computer.
That's a nice new one.
Really?
Just like starting the new year with a new computer.
Yeah.
I just feel like a new person.
Oh.
You know how it is? So, I don't know, like when you get a new work thing, like a new notebook.
Yeah.
Or, in this case, a new computer.
Right.
Or even just like, I don't know, a new textbook.
Yeah.
And you have all these dreams about how productive and how good of a person you can be.
Oh, wow. We are on a different level there.
But it only lasts for like a week or two, and then it gets old, and then you get tired.
I think I would feel like if I got a new dining table set.
Yes.
Or like if I got like new plates for the kitchen or new sofas, then I think I'd feel like, oh, wow, it's a new start. No computer.
Right. Well, but like it's the same thing as, let's say you get new running shoes.
Yes.
And then you're like, yes, I'm going to run every day.
Yes.
You get so excited to exercise when you get new exercise equipment.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, good for you.
How have you been?
All right. So this month we're going to be talking about getting contacts for the eyes, switching from glasses to contacts, pros and cons.
Yes.
Now, I've never had contact lenses, but I know that a lot of people have them. People who also just wear glasses.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about glasses and contacts. You don't have any of them.
Well, I used to have glasses and contacts. And then I got surgery here in Korea.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's look at the expressions that we're going to cover today.
The first one is pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Right. So it's the positive and negative parts of something.
Okay.
The good and the bad.
That's right. Think something through.
You're going to consider something. You are going to not just think a little bit, but look at the issue in as many different angles, in as many different ways as possible.
Okay, and count on something or someone.
This means that you can rely on that person. You can believe that they will do something that they tell you they will do.
Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and listen to the dialogue.
Dominic, you wear contact lenses. What do you think about them?
There are a lot of pros and cons, such as the one-time cost of glasses versus the continuing cost of contacts.
I guess I haven't thought it through. All I've been thinking about is how I'll look.
That's important. People will definitely give you a second glance without your glasses.
That's what I'm counting on.
It made a big difference in my social life, that's for sure.
Okay, here we go. Marta begins by saying, Dominic, you wear contact lenses. What do you think about them? Okay, so your friend wears contact lenses. How do you feel about it? And Dominic says there are a lot of pros and cons, such as the one-time cost of glasses versus the continuing cost of contacts. Okay, so pros and cons. The first one is, well, if you buy the glasses, you have to pay a lump sum.
Yes.
One-time cost. Versus for contacts, you wear them for a while, then you get new ones, and you have to keep replacing them.
Yes.
So, first of all, what is pros and cons?
So pros and cons are the good and bad things. So pro, P-R-O, I believe is Latin, meaning good, beneficial, or something that you support. So pro is the good part of it. The con, C-O-N, is the opposite. It is something bad, something that you're against, something that is hurtful to you.
Okay. And if we're making a comparison and we use the word versus, versus, it's like A versus B. What does this versus mean?
So this versus here, it's like using the Korean word 대. You know when you talk about like games?
Yeah.
And you say like college B, 대 college C, right? That 대 in the middle. That is what we would say for versus. And it's also similar here, this 뭐뭐에 대한. So it's this going against or two opposite sides and comparing them or seeing how they act with one another.
Yeah. So it's like you have one-time cost and then continuing cost.
Yes.
So you're kind of comparing, contrasting.
Yes.
Okay. And what does Marta say?
I guess I haven't thought it through. All I've been thinking about is how I'll look.
Okay. So to think something through.
Yes.
So whenever you hear this word through, like work your way through.
Yes.
Or remember we just recently learned an expression. And here, think through. So again, I feel like when you see this word through, there's a process involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a process. It's going to take a little while. And the through here means that something is done completely or sufficiently. So that you can think about something, but did you think it through?
Right.
Did you really think about all of the possibilities involved with this issue?
Yeah.
So Marta says that she's only been thinking about her looks. Oh, do these glasses match my face? Am I going to still look pretty? That's all she's been thinking about.
Right.
She hasn't been thinking about, oh, I can read now. Or, oh, this is so beneficial. My eyes will be healthier now.
Yeah.
She hasn't been thinking about those other things, so she hasn't been thinking it through.
Right. So it feels like you're kind of making an emotional judgment, maybe. Like, oh, I like the idea. And that's it. You haven't thought about A, B, C, and D. You
Right.
only thought about E.
Yes.
Okay. That is to think it through. And Dominic says that's important. People will definitely give you a second glance without your glasses. So, Marta, the only thing is, how do I look? And Dominic says, oh, that's important. Okay? Because people will definitely give you a second glance look without your glasses.
Yes.
Okay. So what is Dominic actually saying?
Dominic is saying that when she has her glasses on and when she doesn't have them on, she looks very different.
Different, yeah.
And when he says people will definitely give you a second glance without your glasses,
Yeah.
saying that she's really pretty
Yeah.
without her glasses
Without
on.
her glasses. So contacts may be better.
Yeah.
Okay. And Marta says, that's what I'm counting on.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when we use this expression to count, usually we have like, oh, I can count on you.
Yes.
Or you can count on me. We often use it in that context. But here, that's what I'm counting on. What is she referring to?
So it is related to relying on something, depending on something.
Yeah.
But if you look at this entire sentence, it's almost like Marta is saying, oh, I'm really hoping that. I think that's what it will be like, so that's why I made this decision.
Right.
So she's hoping that people will think she looks better with contacts in. So that's why she said, that's what I'm counting on. That was what I was thinking when I made this decision.
Got it. Okay, that's what I'm counting on. And Dominique says?
It made a big difference in my social life, that's for sure.
So Dominic is actually saying, getting contacts, it's a good thing. It makes a difference. Okay? And it made a big difference in my social life. And then at the end, he says, that's for sure. That's our power pattern.
Yes.
Why is this used at the end like that?
So this is often used at the end of a sentence when you really want to say, man, I really think that. I really believe that. So Dominic has said, oh, it made a big difference. But then he wants to highlight it again. He's basically saying, no, it was a huge difference. So that's why you say, that's for sure.
Right. When we use just the expression, that's for sure, you're basically agreeing and saying, oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. All right, let's listen to that one more time.
Dominic, you wear contact lenses. What do you think about them?
There are a lot of pros and cons, such as the one-time cost of glasses versus the continuing cost of contacts.
I guess I haven't thought it through. All I've been thinking about is how I'll look.
That's important. People will definitely give you a second glance without your glasses.
That's what I'm counting on.
It made a big difference in my social life, that's for sure.
It's time for Power Note. Let's do a quick review. Pros and cons. Okay, so this is the negative and the positive. Or positive and negative.
Yes.
Have you considered all the pros and cons of the offer?
Yes, and I think I'm going to accept the offer to transfer to the London office.
Okay, very good. After weighing the pros and cons of each, I decided to get the cheaper insurance.
Yeah, so this is whenever you are weighing or comparing what would be better.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So this pros and cons, we often use together as an expression, but they can be separated.
Right.
Have you thought about the pros of choice A? Oh, but what about the cons of choice B?
Right.
You can separate this expression out, but it is often together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So, I mean, really, in everything, I think there's good and bad. There's the negative aspects and the positive aspects.
Yes.
Especially when you're making a big decision, you have to weigh the pros and cons. And so we often use that vocabulary, that verb, weigh
Yes.
the pros and cons.
Because it's like you have a scale.
Yeah.
And you put the pros on one side and the cons on the other.
Right.
And you see which is bigger.
That's right. Okay. Think something through means to really consider something before making a decision. So you have to really think very carefully about the many things that you should think about before making a decision.
Yes.
I'm buying a luxury SUV tomorrow.
You should really think it through before you spend that much money.
Yeah. Anytime you make a big purchase, you're not just going to throw out $40,000 on a car without thinking it through.
Some people
Would
do,
you?
though.
Oh, yes.
I would never.
Yeah.
I've never had to buy a car.
Yeah?
So
Oh.
I cannot imagine $40,000.
Okay. But you did make a big purchase with a computer. Did you really think it through?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, yeah.
And I had waited a very long time.
I waited a very,
Because it was very painful to pay that amount of money.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that certain big purchases like technology or, I don't know, what are big purchases?
Houses, cars.
Is there anything maybe more our female listeners would... I don't know, some handbags that are really expensive?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
Well, it really depends on the person, Karen.
Yeah.
Because I think that some women are like, I really need that bag. And just buy it. And then there are some personalities that are like, oh, let me think it through. It really, but I think for big purchases like luxury SUVs or a really luxury watch.
Or furniture.
Furniture.
Like buying a couch.
Yeah.
A sofa.
You got to think it through.
Got to think it through. Is it big enough? How long is it going to last?
Is it comfortable?
Is the color
leather?
okay?
Fabric? Yeah.
Is my dog going to be okay on it?
What if he pee-pees?
Yeah.
Okay. We should think this through before agreeing to the sale. Okay. Maybe you are selling your car.
Yeah. Or your business.
Or your business.
Maybe you had a business for 10 years and you're selling it.
Yeah.
Got to think through that.
You got to think it through, right? Before you write or sign the contract. You got to think it through. Many things to think through.
Oh, yeah. Any contract.
Oh,
You sign one bad contract, and you will remember it for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh, think it through.
Yeah.
You know, I usually make I don't think things through. I didn't. But these days, as I've gotten older, I tend to just, wait a second, and then think it through. But initially, when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go, okay. All right, count on something or someone.
Yes, this means you're relying on someone or you're expecting them to do something.
Okay. Did you find more people to come to the beach cleanup on Sunday?
Yep, you can count on me to bring a bunch of volunteers. Believe me, you can trust me.
Right,
I
count on
will
me.
do what I said.
I'm counting on you to take care of this problem.
The boss says this a lot to
That's right.
the employees.
Right. Or, I could say to you, Cameron, you can always count on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Means I will help you whenever you need something.
Right. But and just quickly, it's very familiar to us to use this with count on someone. But if you count on something, let's give one example.
Well, let's say you invest in the stock market.
Yeah.
And you're counting on the stock market
Yeah.
to go up.
Oh, yes. That's
You are
right.
expecting it.
Yeah.
You really believe it's going to go up.
Yeah.
That's often very dangerous.
That's right. You can count on, maybe you're a business and you want some, marketing. You're counting on the advertisement agency to do a good job.
Yes.
You could say that. All right. That's for sure is our power pattern.
And it means that I really believe it. I definitely agree with what was just said.
Okay. I lost a lot of weight on that diet. That's for sure.
You lost 100 kilograms.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We never had a lot of money when I was a kid, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We were poor.
We were poor. So it's really emphasizing the point.
Yes.
Okay. Versus is our power vocab on page 30. Do check out the definition. When you're contrasting two things, you put in verses in between that. Let's thank our sponsor.
한국 토익